This video is brought to you by PrizePicks. Here we go.
With the 58th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Emmanuel.
Yes! 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 Oh! Oh, he did the damn thing. Andrew Berry, you magnificent son of a bitch, you bastard. Oh, this is Howie Roseman level shit right here. This is that good shit here, boy. Yes. Love this selection. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren at 58. I thought this guy, you would have to take him at 24. You picked up Casey Concepcion, Denzel Boston, and then were able to swing back and get McNeil-Warren, and you still have your third round pick next year. Now we're gonna try to see. The Browns had to trade up to 58 to get McNeil-Warren. So let's see what they had to give up here. But I love this. Let's go. Let's go. AB is doing, look, man, AB can cook. AB can cook. AB can cook. I need people to start acknowledging Andrew Berry. Acknowledge him, chat. Fingers up. Acknowledge him. Acknowledge him. He's cooking. He's cooking. All right, so what did the Browns give up? So the Browns get 58. Okay, it's about what I said, right? So the Browns trade 70 for 58, and basically they traded their early fourth for a fifth, because 152 would be fifth round, right? Or is that sixth round? So they traded 2 rounds down. They didn't lose a pick, but they traded those picks back, and they're probably going to turn 152 into like a fourth round next year, a fifth round next year. Hey, let me talk to you about my sponsor for this year, PrizePicks. It's a fun way to win cash while you're watching your favorite teams. Forget complex betting rules. Their app is designed to be incredibly easy to use. Just pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineup. Speaking of, here are my picks for this upcoming NFL season. They have Myles Garrett at 14 sacks here. I think he will get more than 14 sacks. Joe Burrow at 3,875 passing yards. I think he'll be a 4,000-yard passer. I'm going to go with more. They have Derrick Henry at 1,224 yards. I'm going to go less than that. Check to see if PrizePicks is available in your state. You can follow me on the app at KWEN_C to see all of my lineups. Download the PrizePicks app today. Play $5 and get $50 in lineups when you download the app using the link in the description. So we still got 74. We still got the Chiefs pick here, right? So we didn't lose any selections. We still have the Chiefs selection at 74, and we got Emmanuel McNeil-Warren here. Still can get a center at 74. Maybe you can even move up there. This is why I defended the Browns when they decided not to fire Andrew Berry at the end of the season. And I thought it was obvious to me, right? Andrew Berry's back was against the wall last year, and I think he proved last year he's a good GM. He's good at his job. Kevin Stefanski's back was against the wall, and by week 5 last year, he couldn't prove that he was worth keeping. So why fire Andrew Berry when Kevin's the only one that's demonstrated that he needs to go? Right? And so many people were just so fixated on wanting to fire both of them at the same time because it's cleaner, but throwing the baby out with the bathwater isn't something that we normally think is a smart decision to do. And this is why I didn't want to do it. Andrew Berry has proven to be a good general manager. He knows how to operate the board. He's patient but aggressive. You know, look, there were a lot of us screaming that he needs to trade up from 38, 39 to get Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, right? Like there were some of us saying that he needs to jump up even earlier for Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. But he was patient. He trusted his intel, and his intel told him, I can wait until we get about pick 55. And then I'm going to start calling. And then he found somebody to bite on the right price. You notice they didn't give up that much, right? They traded back from 107 to 152, basically, to pick up 58. That's all they did. They gave up 70 and 107. They picked up 58 and 152. So without giving up much, like we were talking about maybe giving them like 2 5th-round picks or something, without giving up much, he found a way to move up, find a deal, and then get the guy that he wanted. And then look at what the patience in his strategy has gotten. You know, people complain about the Browns trading back off principle, right? Like that's something that you'll hear a lot. People complaining about the Browns trading back because they're like, oh, we're passing on players. But here's the beauty of doing it right. Andrew Berry's trading back, but he's not compromising on talent. He's not trying to just jump the board and get the talent. He's being aggressive in specific spots and strategic with his trade backs and trade ups. Because he traded back, he could trade up now, right? Because he traded back at 6 and got that extra 3rd-round pick, that freed him up to move 70 and get Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, who I imagine was a bonus pick at that point. The value was just too high for Andrew Berry to ignore. And if you watch me and my coverage about the Cleveland Browns, you know Andrew Berry is not a man who could pass up a good deal. Right? Andrew Berry is not a man who's going to pass up a good deal. You take Andrew Berry to Costco, he's going to be there all damn day because he's not going to pass up a good deal when he sees it. It's how Shador ended up on the roster because at some point the deal got too good for him to ignore, right? He's not going to pass up a good deal. And he saw a good deal. He took it. He was patient with it and got the value that he wanted. That's just a good GM. Think about how different Andrew Berry operates, how well he's able to manipulate these boards versus every other GM that the Cleveland Browns have had. And tell me there's not a significant difference here. This man is good at his job. There's a reason why he's still here and why he should just be in charge of football ops and totally. Because he has proven himself to be capable of that. He knows what he's doing. But this isn't just a video about Andrew Berry, right? The Browns got Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, the safety out of Toledo. I love this pick. Again, this is a player I thought was a 1st-round quality player. Honestly, the Browns have gotten 4 guys so far that I've had 1st-round grades on, right? Casey Concepcion, 1st round, late 1st. Spencer Fano, mid 1st. Denzel Boston, late 1st. And then Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, late 1st. So the way I view this is like you got 4 1st-round talents. You know what I mean? So I love that. I absolutely love that. Can't help but love that, right? The reason I like Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, great instincts as a safety, really good hands too. There's a couple spectacular catches that he made while he was at the University of Toledo. Super physical, hard hitter. And I think he could be that free safety playmaker that the Cleveland Browns have been looking for a long time over the top of this defense. And I like that they did address defense, right? They've been putting a lot of focus on offense, but you got to keep the defense fed, right? You can't ignore the defense. So I really like that they did that as well. So all in all, I'm a big fan of this move. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, really good player. I think he's going to slot in pretty seamlessly to this defense. And now, if we're looking at the Browns, all they need is a center. That's all they need to get. They get a center today, this is going to be an A+ day. They get a center today, A+ day for the Cleveland Browns. But Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, I'm super excited about this pick. I'm super excited for you guys to see this guy once he puts pads on. He's gonna hit somebody hard in the preseason, and we're gonna get excited about Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. There's a reason why people were super high on him. If you're wondering why he dropped out the 1st round all the way into the late 2nd, I think that had a lot to do with the fact that he played in the MAC. We were talking about this on stream, but the MAC is probably the least respected conference in college football. No disrespect to my MACtion enjoyers, right? If you like the MACtion, if you like the MAC, no disrespect to you. But it's probably one of the least respected conferences in college football, if not the least respected one that's considered Division I, or at least FBS. And that has an effect on a lot of people's evaluation, right? A lot of people don't like to project what somebody's going to look like from going to the MAC. We saw this exact same phenomenon play out with Harold Fannin Jr. Remember, Harold Fannin Jr. fell in the draft. People thought he'd be a second-round pick, but he kept falling in the draft to the third round because he played at Bowling Green. He only had the 2 games against SEC opponents that people can go off of in the Georgia Tech game the year prior. But, everything else happened against MAC opponents, and because of the lack of respect for the MAC, which I think is deserved by the MAC, by the way. I've watched enough action to know that, sometimes football ain't great, but football is football, and some skills are translatable no matter where you're playing, and the level of competition you're going against. And I think Emmanuel McNeil-Warren fits that bill. Really good player, really talented guy. And I love that we addressed the secondary. So I'm going to be super happy about this one. Brown still got a pick here at 74, so we're going to stay tuned to that. But so far, I'm thrilled with what Andrew has done so far in the draft. And day 2, I'm super thrilled with, right? This is just showing you this is what good general managing looks like, or at least what I think is good general managing looks like. You know what I mean? He's done a good job, in my opinion. We'll see how these picks work out. We'll see how these guys develop. That's always going to be what determines how you feel about a draft. But again, the process to this feels really solid.